It's Alissa. We're going to start today in the center of our mat in easy pose. Come to a comfortable cross-legged position. Feel the spine lengthen. Begin tuning into your breath. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Slowly drop your right ear towards your right shoulder and begin making nice, slow circles with your head. You can make the circles as big or small as you'd like. When you're ready, switch directions. Sweep your hands overhead and gently fold over to a forward bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold down. Rise up to sitting and switch which foot is in front. Raise your hands to the sky and gently fold over once again. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold. Rise up, and we're going to make our way to all fours. Bring your knees wide and sit back into an extended child's pose. Reach your fingertips toward the front edge of your mat. From extended child's pose, we're going to start hip circles. Bring your hips from the left, forward, to the right, and back. Continue this motion. You can make these circles as big or small as you'd like. Now let's switch directions. Slowly rise up to all fours, curl your toes under, and bring your knees hips distance apart. We're going to begin cat-cow spinal waves. Round your spine toward the sky, cat, and drop your belly, gaze up, cow. Just keep this motion going at a pace that feels good to you. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. With your toes tucked, gently lift your hips high into the air, downward facing dog. Draw the navel into the spine, press your fingertips into the mat. From down dog, you can begin bending your left knee, getting a deeper stretch. Now switch sides. Pedal it out a few seconds. Root your left foot into the mat and raise your right foot high to the sky, three-leg dog. Just breathe. Bend your right knee and open your hip. Step your right foot up in between your hands. Lower your left knee down to the mat. You can keep your hands low. You can bring them up to your knee. Or if you want a little deeper stretch, you can sweep your hands overhead. Keep your knee drawing into the midline. Just breathe. Lower your hands to the mat and push your hips back for half splits. Keep your spine long. Flex your foot. Just breathe. Rise back up to a low lunge. And push back half splits. Bring your right knee back to meet your left, and we're going to come to downward facing dog. Root your right foot into the mat and lift your left foot high to the sky, three-leg dog. Bend your left knee and open your hip. Step your foot in between your hands and drop your right knee down to the mat. You can keep your hands low, bring them to your knee, or sweep them overhead. Breathe into the stretch. Bring your hands to frame your foot and push your hips back, half splits. Keep your spine long. Just breathe. Roll forward, low lunge. And push back half splits. Bring your left knee back to meet your right. Curl your toes under, lift your knees, and bring your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Raise your right foot to the sky, three-leg dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. We're going to step our right foot to the outside of our hands and place your left knee on the mat. Lizard pose. Toes curled or uncurled. You can stay up high, or if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can lower down to your forearms. This is a great way to stretch your hip flexors, your hamstrings, even your quadriceps. Just breathe. If you're on your forearms, come back up. Sweep your right hand behind you and reach for your foot. Whether you touch or not, it doesn't matter. Draw your left heel toward the bottom for a deeper stretch. Push the top of the foot into your hand. Open the shoulder. Reach your heart to the sky. Just breathe. Release your foot. Bring your hands back to the mat and step back, three-leg dog. Raise your left foot to the sky, three-leg dog. Open the hip. Sweep your left foot up and over, bringing it to the outside of your hands. Lizard pose. You can stay here or lower down to your forearms for a deeper stretch. Send your breath into the hips. If you're on your forearms, come back up. Sweep your left hand behind you. Bend your right knee and reach for your right foot. Again, you can bring your left heel towards your bottom for a deeper stretch. Begin to push the top of your right foot into your left hand, opening the shoulder. Breathe. Release your foot, bring your hands back to the front of your mat, and step back, three-leg dog. Lower down, downward facing dog. Raise your right foot high to the sky, three-leg dog. Step your right foot in between your hands. Bring your left foot forward and turn your left toes out. Lift halfway and fold, pyramid pose. Breathe into the stretch. Slowly rise up, come back to three-leg dog, and switch legs. Three-leg dog on the other side. Step forward, bring your right foot forward, turn your toes out, lift halfway up, and fold, pyramid pose. Step your left leg back, three-leg dog, to downward facing dog. Roll forward to a high plank. Push forward on your toes and slowly lower down to your belly. Bring your elbows under your shoulders, rest your forearms on the ground, lift your chest and your head high, Sphinx pose. This is a really nice way to open the chest and to work on a really gentle back bend. Bring your left hand to the center of your mat. Bend your right knee and reach your right hand behind and grab your right foot. Pull your heel into the bottom for a deeper stretch. Just breathe. Gently release your foot. You're going to replace your left hand with your right. Reach your left hand back for your left foot. Again, you can bring your left heel toward the bottom for a deeper stretch. Gently release your foot, return to Sphinx pose. You're going to bring your right knee to the side for half frog pose. Extend your right hand in front of you, and we're going to thread the needle. Breathe into your left shoulder. Make your way back center, and we're going to switch legs. Bring your left knee out to your left side. Sphinx pose with half frog legs. Extend your left hand out in front and thread your right arm through for thread the needle. Breathe into the shoulder. Rise up, come back to Sphinx pose for just a second, and then we're going to come to an extended child's pose. Rise up to sitting. We're going to come to thunderbolt pose. If you'd like to tuck your toes for an added stretch, please do so. Otherwise, you can keep your feet flat. Give yourself a hug. Bring your elbows together. You can stay here or come to eagle arms. You can lift your elbows higher for a deeper stretch. Listen to your breath. Untwist. Bring your opposite elbow on top. You can stay here or come to eagle arms. Release the bind. Bring your right elbow overhead for a tricep stretch. For a little bit more, you can bring your left hand behind your back and clasp your right fingers for cow face arms. Release the bind and switch sides. You can stay here, or you can come to cow face arms. Release the bind, clasp your hands behind your back, open your shoulders, lift your heart, lift your chin. You can stay here, or you can slowly come down to rabbit pose, pressing the crown of your head into the mat, extending your arms behind you. This is a nice way to simultaneously stretch the neck and the shoulders. Slowly lower down, uncurl your toes, let your forehead rest on the mat. Extend your arms out in front of you, walk your hands forward, walk your knees back. Drop your chest toward the mat. You can bring your chin or your forehead to the floor, whatever feels better. Reach your hips high. Just breathe. Bring your palms together and overhead for an added tricep stretch. Release your hands, sit back on your heels. Release your arms to your sides. Let your forehead melt into the mat. Listen to your breath. This is our final pose for today. Begin to feel your breath slow down. You can stay in this pose for as little or as long as you'd like. I'd like to thank you for practicing with me today. Be well.